He might be a little late. Maybe a little late.
I mean, would it be a MotoGP season if at some point we got behind? It's
I mean, didn't we like at one point literally miss like 2 months
we
of
missed like
recording?
4 races. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that. Was that last year? That was
that
last
was
year.
last year. Yeah, that was like the Phillip Islands. That was towards the end of the season too.
It was.
That's like when it was like probably the most interesting. I think that's why. I think we were just like I'm too locked in to like think about recording an episode.
Honestly, I'm really sad that we didn't record this one earlier because I probably would have had more like higher spirits because some great things happened.
Some good things did happen. Unfortunately, because it is later, um, I've seen the next race, so that's where my brain's at. But um,
Yeah.
regardless of that, you already know this is the MotoGrandPodcast. I'm your host Patrick Bailey. Join with me as always is
Your boy Caleb.
all right. Now,
Let's get into it.
yes, yes, everybody.
Because so as most of you probably already know, since this happened 2 weeks ago, uh Mark Marquez crashed out. Woo!
Pecco
He didn't
won.
win 3 in a row. He didn't go 3-0. He didn't do it.
He's officially undefeated.
He did get 3 straight sprint wins. Okay, so we didn't get lucky on that. But
So you got the
the race,
sprints,
big points. He
and
did
then
not get any big points.
almost yeah. So Alex Marquez leading the championship at the end of the COTA Grand Prix
Yes,
simply
with
by being consistent, which gives me hope that Marquez isn't just going to go undefeated and win everything, and this is going to be a super boring season, because he's shown that he still can be his old self.
yeah. I mean, honestly, like it's not a great thing, but it is good to know that he still is his worst enemy. You know,
Yeah, like
like
because
every
he crashed in first. It wasn't like he was
yeah.
having any kind of like fight with anyone. It was he himself, and he just
I mean, he was a good bit ahead too. Like he had like over a second. I can't remember the exact time, but he definitely had over a second on whoever was in second. I think it was
I
Mark.
think he had a second and a half on
Yeah,
or on it was either Alex or Pecco. All I know is that's kind of how the season's been going.
it is. So I was very, very happy. As you people know, I don't like the guy. So it was a
Yes,
very happy moment for me. As soon as that happened, I was like, Pecco better take off. And he did.
he
That boy did.
Pecco did what he needed to do in that situation and take the maximum amount of points, which
It was great for him. I mean,
which was great for him,
that
and it
put him
put
right
and
up there.
Alex staying chronically second got him the championship lead. Now it'll probably be a little different in Qatar.
Wink, wink.
Um, but I like the fact that Alex is going to go in with a little confidence.
It honestly kind of like I was happy. Like, I don't have anything against Alex. I just don't like his brother. So it was kind of like, good for him. Like he's been second every race, and that's kind of it's paying off for him. Like he's clearly in the lead, but like it's keeping him up there with everybody. He's just being fast consistently.
I mean, we've seen champions from consistency before with Johan Mir. When Mir won his championship, he regularly started 8th on the grid, 7th on the grid, 10th on the grid, and battled his way up throughout the race, just conserving his tires and getting seconds, thirds, fourths, second,
Mhm.
second, third, third, second, second, third, fourth, first, fifth, you know, staying up in that top five, not crashing, not ruffling too many feathers, and his competition, I believe, Quartararo, Morbidelli. Um, I think that was the first year Marquez had crashed out, so Marquez was kind of in there in the beginning, and a few other guys were all won more races, and were definitely faster throughout each weekend. But at the end of the day, it came down to Mir winning the championship just because he was there. He was always there.
Which
And
is crazy. It's honestly kind of cool to see that happen when it does happen
mm,
because it shows that you don't actually have to, win every race to, you
well,
know,
it
win the chip.
it definitely leaves an emphasis on consistency rather than just speed. Like, obviously, you
Yeah,
need the speed. If Mir was consistent and staying fifth, sixth, seventh the entire season, then obviously he wouldn't have been anywhere in the points, and it wouldn't have mattered. But he was able to stay consistent in that top spot. That's what led to it. So I definitely think if Alex can remain consistent, obviously not every race is going to go perfect. I um I think he genuinely can have a title shot this year. The way he's been going at this point in time. Yes, it's still early. It's still very early. Um, but the chance is always there. Um,
I mean, you can literally just look at last year with Pecco. Pecco literally won, I think, 11 races
mm-hmm.
and lost
Yeah,
because he crashed out too many times. Jorge was just barely like I think Jorge only crashed out like once or twice, probably twice.
and then he had the
And
mistake in Mazzano.
yeah, but like Jorge was always there. Like he was that guy that you're like, yeah, he's probably not gonna crash. He's just gonna be up in the top two, top three always.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how, both the Marquez brothers have been this year, obviously. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still have hopes for Pecco. I think Pecco, obviously, this win was huge. He definitely needed to get first in this instead of second. So that was huge. The Marquez crash out definitely helped both of them. Alex and Pecco. So I don't know. We really just need Pecco to stay up this year. I feel like he's doing a lot better at not crashing. I don't know if that's because he's not like pushing himself as hard. I don't know. Because usually he's the guy that's always trying to be first. Now it seems like he's more so okay being third and
That
second.
that brings up, a question in my mind is Pecco just trying to play this season safer? Because he
It
knows
could be.
last season when he did win all those races and was that up and down consistency wise, he lost. Is
It,
this
it could be
is
that.
this year maybe
I think.
he's going in with the mentality of, okay, I'm just gonna be consistent. I'm gonna just stay on the bike,
I
knowing
mean,
that
because
Mark has that up and down consistency.
that could be what it is. And honestly, like I hope so. Like it does, but like I said, it does seem like he's not crashing as much, which I do like. Any points is better than no points, obviously. But I mean, it still hurts when like if Marquez just keeps winning everything. Obviously, you can't really do anything about that. So he's got to hope that either he keeps crashing or Pecco finally finds that sweet spot and he like feels more comfortable on the bike and starts racing faster.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it plays out, but I still got my hopes up.
Yeah,
I wouldn't count out Pecco ever.
I
I mean, it's
definitely,
very early,
I,
very early.
I definitely can. I'm definitely trying to keep my hopes up. At this point in time, I'm starting to not, as we're 3 races in, and it's been Marquez, Pecco, Marquez, Pecco, Marquez, Pecco, Marquez, Morbidelli, Marquez, Pecco, Pecco, Marquez,
Yeah.
Digi.
Yeah, shout out to Digi and Morbidelli. Honestly, the
I mean,
the the VR46 boys, low key been going crazy this year.
they've been very sneaky. They've
It
been
has been. I think.
sneaky. They've been very under the radar. I mean, for me at least. I'm not sure. Maybe maybe everyone's been sitting here going, "Oh, they're sneaky," so then technically they're not sneaky. But for me, I feel like they're there, but you never really realize it until like the end of the race.
Well, everybody's just so focused on the Marquez brothers and Pecco
That's true.
that they're really not paying a whole lot of attention to like fourth, fifth, and sixth. They're not really looking at those positions till like later, till like
And
Marquez is like 5 seconds ahead or something.
that is the biggest reason why I do not like Mark on the grid. Is okay, this is gonna hurt for me to say. This is really gonna hurt.
Say it. Speak.
Mark probably is undoubtedly the greatest rider on this grid.
Oh.
And he is on the greatest bike on the grid. Best rider, best bike, clearly showing that on this season so far. I mean, he had one small mistake, and then he finished the race without a foot peg. I mean, it wasn't classified, so I mean, he technically didn't finish, but he still rode a lot without a foot peg, and kind of battled a little bit. I mean, it wasn't much. I mean, Somket Chentra got by him with relative ease, but he didn't give up. It's so hard to hate him sometimes because he does.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
He does some crazy shit. Like
I get it.
Lost a foot peg,
okay,
and continued stayed up. Multiple times he'll crash out and sprint and pick up another bike and then get a pole. Like Marquez magic is insane to watch and witness. And I love that. I do, because it is really cool to watch, especially with the grid when he just was on the grid and then just took off to switch bikes, which should have been a penalty. Everyone that left that grid should have gotten a penalty or had to start from the pit lane.
I don't know how they didn't. I didn't really understand why there was.
It's because Maverick was on the grid without a bike, and for safety concerns, they had to stop it and reset it. So if Maverick would have just locked in, then everyone would have gotten a penalty. So I think there might have been something there, but I'm not a steward and I'm not getting into that. But back to my point, because there was no
penalty because Mark Marquez did it first. Can't penalize that guy.
Maybe, but
said it.
The thing is, when Mark is on the grid, that's all we see.
Yep.
The only way, well, not 100% of the time, obviously, but the majority of the time, anytime anything is happening, Mark's name is mentioned. Mark is put in and shown. Now, they probably did the same for Rossi. I probably just had, Valentino bias and was like, yeah, Rossi, haha. So I get it. And I mean, you're going to show your stars. I get that. Absolutely. I just think it's crazy because Jack Miller got 5th.
Which is good. That was great for Jay Miller.
Yamaha is in the top 5. Zarco on the Honda has been competitive. Maybe not race winning competitive, but he's been fighting. Morbidelli and Digi got 3rd and 4th. Bez got a 6th. Enea got a top 10 on a satellite KTM. Like Luca Marini got a top 10. Alex Rins got a top 10. Like Acosta's crashing out. Acosta's having issues. No one's really talking about that anymore. There's so many more things than, oh, Marquez is just winning. Let's focus on that. Marquez is doing this. Marquez is doing that. Marquez is up in the front. Oh, Marquez is coming out of the pit. Oh, Marquez is drinking water. Oh, Marquez is going to take a piss. Let's watch. I get it,
dude. I mean, it's just too much. Like I don't know, because they were doing this shit too. Whenever he was crashing out all the time, they would still manage to find a way to talk about him. It's like, dude, he's not doing anything, and you're still talking about it. Like, I get it now, but it's just annoying because we've seen it when
For
they like
years.
for sure did not need to be talking about him. It's like, dude, he's in like 15th place because he crashed out 3 times already, and you're still talking about him like
Even
he's the best rider out.
even the season Mir won the championship when he crashed out, I'm pretty sure at any point in the weekend they were able to bring up the Marquez crash and how he's in rehab and how he's fixing up his shoulder and how he should be back soon and they're hoping he comes back soon. And I'm like, dude,
Shut up.
show talk about something else. Anyone else for like please.
I mean, I don't know. I can't hate too hard because like they've given Pecco some glaze, but it's like it's just annoying because like I feel like they hardly even talk about my boy anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's literally just won the he won a lot. He's just recently now not the like reigning champ,
right.
and I feel like they're barely even talking about bro because Marquez is just faster than everybody now.
I mean, Pecco won the race, but I feel like they just talked about how Marquez was riding without a foot peg more than Pecco was leading. But when Marquez
Yeah,
is leading, they're always like, "Oh, look, it's now 2 seconds. It's now 2.5 seconds.
yeah.
It's now 2.6 seconds." It's
I'm pretty sure they showed Marquez racing without that foot peg more than they showed Pecco and Alex fighting each other.
mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, yeah, I didn't want to watch the exciting stuff. It's cool, it's cool,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd much prefer to see Marquez falling down the pack without a foot peg. Which, okay, granted, that was cool. Like, there's it was cool, and I was glad I got to see that a little bit. But there's an extent to it. It's like beer, you know. A beer or two at the end of the night, it's not the end of the world. But if you're drinking a 24 rack every night, it's a
Maybe
problem.
you got prop.
It's a problem for some people. For some people, not everybody. You know, everybody's different. But I personally, I'm a 1 or 2 beer kind of guy. Just something to ease. Not every night.
Something to eat.
Not every night. Kids drink responsibly, or people 21 and age, 21 over.
Yeah, children. Yes, children.
uh,
Uh,
but
yeah, it's just annoying. That's why it kind of makes me happy when he does fail because it kind of prove. I feel like it like kind of showed everybody like, hey, this guy's not just gonna beat everybody every race. Like
he,
he has flaws. He
yeah,
can still
he's
mess up.
he's not a god,
No, he's not. He can still mess up.
and the broadcast definitely makes it feel like he's a god. They treat him like a god, and to a point, I understand, but at the point they're giving it, calm down. It's not going to happen until he retires. But then as soon
Even then, I feel like they're gonna glaze him for like another year or two and just always bring up stuff he did whenever someone else does something.
yeah, and it's just tragic because a lot of these guys are putting in insane careers or building their career like legacy, and it's getting overshadowed by someone at the end of theirs.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Iagura is having a great rookie season. He's
Mm-hmm.
having a really good rookie season, and no one like they've only talked about him one race where he had what where was it? It was
Thailand,
Thailand
yeah, Thailand.
first
The
race.
beginning, he
That's
was,
that's the only time they talked about him. He got top 5, but like since then he's still getting like top 10s. He's still getting
which
like
is great for a rookie.
yeah, that's insane. Like I think he's like point wise, I think he's like top 10
Mm-hmm.
in the leaderboard as a rookie. That's insane. And no one's even mentioning his name because they're too busy focused on dick riding Marquez. It's like, dude, this guy is a rookie who just came off a Moto2 championship. And now he's actually doing good transitioning to GP. And no one even wants to like talk about it. I don't get it. It's annoying.
Well, I do want to talk about it, and that's why we're going to. And
Hey man, I'm all for he's my rookie for GP, so
I Furman's my rookie. He crashed out. I liked what I saw from him though before the crash out. Um,
Yeah. He was looking good before he crashed. I will agree.
he's getting faster. Um, his points and his results. If you just look at the numbers, or I guess the final numbers, excuse me. Furman's having a horrible season, but if you kind of watch the practices, the qualifyings, how he's doing in the race, he's battling, he's moving up in positions. I mean, COTA, where did he start on the grid? He was hang on, I gotta think
Oh
back.
God.
Um, oh boy, 12th. So he started 12th on the grid, but he had battled his way up to like 6th before he crashed out. I mean, diced through some very experienced riders, very experienced guys, in the likes of um, who was it? It was Fabio, Anea, Bez. I'm pretty sure he was battling with Jay Milley for a good bit. Um, might have even
Yeah.
started to you know haunt Morbidelli a little bit before he crashed out. So he's putting in the speed. He's putting in the effort, which I like to see. Um, so he's kind of coming to. The more I see of him, the more I'm hoping I'm wrong about him.
Yeah, we definitely gave him a lot of shit.
Which
I still think what we discussed was viable. It's like I don't know. I still think they jumped the gun on bro. I still think he had a lot more to like learn
mhm.
from and to, but whatever.
But
We don't make those decisions.
and again, we're not scouting riders and going, okay, this is our guy. And there's been plenty of times where people have seen someone's riding ability and brought them up, like Quattararo. As we've beat this dead horse multiple times at this point. World champions have come from MotoGP champions. There's a good few of them who've only won GP champions, not 3 or 2. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
definitely feel like I'm starting to give him a little more grace. Um, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of the season for him. My only issue is it's hard to really watch and track him when we're watching Marquez.
Yeah. Something that I've noticed with this season, honestly, I don't really have any hate for any other rider now. I think all my hate is just towards Marquez. So I kind of enjoy that because I'm not really like I don't even care. Like we can move the two. I don't even care. Dixon won by a landslide. I used to hate that guy. I don't even care. I was like, good for Dixon.
I think it's time to switch to 2, and I do
Yeah,
think it's really cool that Dixon is starting to do really well.
and this like what I'm saying is I used to hate the guy. Now it's just Marquez has just like consumed me to like a point where I like everybody except for him. Like I don't even hate Furman anymore. I just disliked him for like no reason. But don't care. I hope he does good.
Well, in your defense, you're a Ducati guy, and they signed some kid in an off season who then went on to fumble a Moto 2 season pretty heavily.
Yeah.
From a business standpoint, that looked horrible.
Yeah, no, it looked atrocious. But like I said, hope he does good.
Right.
Hope everything's fine. Don't even care anymore. Shout out Dixon though. Dixon came out the gun like a dog. That dude was winning off rip. Nobody was touching him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he led from turn 1 to turn
Yeah.
to the final, from the first corner to the final corner, won by a commanding lead. I mean,
Yes. I
just
mean, dude. I mean, he had that commanding lead the whole
it
time.
was the
Like after
entire race.
dude, after turn one, I think he was up by like half a second. I'm like, how does that even happen?
Yeah,
Like, where did
great start,
what happened?
and then just turned in the laps, just one after
Dude,
the
it
other.
was
Just
it was honestly beautiful. Like I
It
loved
was. It
watching
was clinical. And
it. It was.
the broadcast didn't show him that much. Rightfully so. He was in
Oh
the lead.
yeah,
They showed him, oh, yeah, he's still in the lead. Cool. Let's go back to the fight of Tony Arbolino and Alonso Lopez, which was a great fight until it wasn't.
yeah. I honestly, I think I enjoyed the battle for fourth the most.
Canet,
I think it
Guevara,
was actually I think it was a
Baltus.
battle for I think it was a battle for fifth at one point before Vietti crashed out. I think Vietti was starting to take
Mm,
off from that group a
yeah.
little
Oh,
bit.
yeah. Vietti had the double
He
crash
had
out in two
fourth.
corners, back to back
Yeah.
corners, that sucks. That's just the first one. The first one is the mistake, and the second one was definitely just the nerves from that first one, trying to get back and trying to get
Yeah, he was
going.
just rushing. Yeah,
He wasn't settled
definitely
clearly.
not.
Um, did he finish the race? He did. I mean,
He did.
more power to him. He finished the race. Not many guys can crash twice and finish.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, shout out him for sure. Like that was he got last by like a very like a lot. He almost got lapped. I think he
But
he might have gotten.
at least he had the right tires. Unfortunately for Diogo Moreira, Manny Gonzalez, Senna Aegis, Albert Arenas, and Joe Roberts, they all took a gamble and stayed on the slick tires.
Yeah,
Because
it was really hurt.
the rain had like started to stop, and it was just a light trickle, so the track was still kind of dry, but not enough. I
Hmm.
remember it was like a weird like what should we do here? Um, Clearly the smart option was to just stay on those wets. Um, but
Yeah, I mean, it's a
oh, boop, and I'm back from technical.
okay.
Okay, slight hiccup.
Technical difficulties.
Anyways, moving on.
So yeah, I think we were talking about the tires.
Mhm.
I was about to say how it's really a tough choice, to make in the moment. Like
Yeah,
it's so hard to tell. Like like you said, it is wet out, but it's like stopped raining. So it's like, okay, is it gonna dry up or is the course gonna stay wet? Like, what should we do? And I don't know. It was a really damaging decision for Gonzalez specifically because he was the points leader. Like he was winning the championship before this race. And Dixon, I'm pretty sure it put Dixon in first after he won this race, if
I believe so.
I'm not mistaken.
I
So it
believe
threw Dixon.
so
I believe so also. It's hard to check because of whatever. But
because
yeah, I'm pretty sure it put Dixon up. So like that was a huge, huge win for Dixon. Yeah, shout out him. But that was a bad decision for Gonzalez that just happens. Like he took the risk, like he was hoping that being on the slicks would give him an advantage over everybody, but that was not the case.
I mean I respect the gamble though
Yeah, I mean, go
because
for it, dude. Like,
if it worked out, he would have won by a landslide.
and nobody would be saying like, "Oh, that was a bad decision." Everybody would be praising him for like how smart that was. Like, "Oh, you're a genius." Like. But it's really just like you don't know. Like, you and your team talking over it, and you guys just like either decide that was best or decide like, "Hey, maybe this will work out," and you just gotta go for it.
I mean, in his defense, there was other riders who had the same thought process. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
but sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Honestly, yo, but shout out Tony Arbolino. That dude got second. Crazy,
That's what I'm saying.
crazy.
Ooh.
Shout out Lopez. Good for him getting third. Like he, good rider. Shout out my boy Aaron, fourth place. Solid, solid. Love him, Mr. Consistency. That's my man.
I think he qualified pretty decent and had a bad start, did he not?
I don't think.
And
Yeah, I don't think he had a good start.
he fought back. He had to fight pretty hard.
Well, he did get lucky whenever Vietti crashed out because it was
mm,
looking like he was just
that
gonna be
was
fifth.
a position promotion.
But he was still in a battle with like 4 or 5 people for that 5th position at the time. And Vandy crashed out, and then it was battle for 4th, and then Aaron, took over. I think he beat that crowd by 2 seconds almost.
That,
So like he really
I mean,
took off the
yeah.
people he was battling. And
Canet is showing that he has the speed to win every race. I feel like every race he has shown that he has the speed, except for I think it was like I think the Thai GP was the only GP where he like very clearly was just riding to get as many points as he could.
yeah, he wasn't like pushing.
Right. But since then, he's definitely showing like, hey, I am the guy this year. I'm, facing some adversity with a few mistakes here or there that he needs to fight through, but he's showing he's got it, and he's
Hey
showing the
man,
fight,
all,
and I love it.
all I gotta say is it's gonna be a great season whenever Pecco wins and so is Aaron Canet. Good God, I will be on top of the world.
The way things are going, that seems very likely at some point.
If that happens, dude. Oof. Ooh,
If that
ooh,
never
buddy.
happens, if the stars don't align ever, and it's always just one or the other, that would be hilarious.
Well, honestly, like it's getting kind of close. I feel like as Aaron's probably gonna get moved up at some point.
Ooh, is it too
You know,
early? Is it too early to talk about the promotions?
I mean, I feel like the top candidates are Dixon, Canet, and Gonzalez.
Manny Gonzalez. Yeah, I would
You could
agree.
even you could even throw Lopez in there if you wanted to, but I feel like those are probably the 3 big dogs I'd be looking at.
I feel like Lopez is kind of fallen off on the MotoGP radar,
I agree, but I just want to throw him up there
but
because he is.
I definitely think if he can start to turn it around from here,
Mhm.
if he finishes the season strong, obviously, we've only had 3 races, so it's still very early runnings. Um, I kind of all right. So
Oh God.
we'll get into this. We'll get into promotions at the end since I already know the results of Qatar, so I can't really predict that. We'll get into who we think's gonna. We'll get into our predictions on who we think's gonna get moved up, and booted out instead. After we talk about Moto 3 real quick, because I believe now is a good time.
Oh, actually, wait. Can I say one more thing about Moto 2 before we move on? I wanted to bring up the rookies.
Mm,
Great outing from almost, I think, all the rookies almost. At least the big names, like Ortola did great. 6th place, beautiful. Love
that's
that for my
true.
boy.
That's true.
Holgado, 8th, great. Vire, 10th, great. They all had, a really good race, and a lot of them were battling with other like big names
That's an
for
ooh.
positions.
That's another thing. Holgado very clearly has been the best rookie. I mean, I know
Doing great.
Ortola beat him in here at COTA, but other than
Mhm.
that,
He's doing
Holgado
good.
Holgado's Holgado's meshed very well with that Moto 2 bike. David Alonso, 14th, his best result so far. He's coming off an injury, didn't get to do any testing. So these first weekends, these first few months are his testing grounds. This is where he's
Yeah,
learning the bike. So I don't foresee him doing anything until after the summer break, which we've kind of already discussed.
yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see like if he can, turn this around. I get it, like he hasn't had as much time to like actually learn the bike as everybody else, but it's hard because everybody had such high expectations for him.
Mm,
Everybody just kind of assumed he's gonna be like the next Acosta in a way.
mm.
He was gonna come out there and just kind of dog everybody. But
Well, even
I
Acosta
still
didn't
think
win
he's
it his rookie season.
yeah, but he was still dogging it.
Yeah, I mean,
He was still dogging it.
mm,
So I don't know. Hopefully he does turn it around. But honestly, I have high hopes for all the rookies in two. I think they all can go
mm.
very far in Moto 2. And it was great to see my boy pull up on top. We need to check the standings at some point and see how all of our rookies are doing.
We also need to check our over under.
Oh, we did the over. Who did we do it on? Was it Bez? Who was it?
No, Bez was the race before COTA. Our over
Was it
under
Jimmy
was
G?
Holgado at
No way.
8.5.
He got A.
I did the under.
No, no, no. Okay. I think we're tied one to
That's
one now.
great. That's probably
Shit.
that's so perfect. Oh my god.
That's what I call gambling.
Now that is how you gamble.
Oh my god! I think we changed it too. I think we were gonna do like
you
either
ch-
9.5 or
no, you
7.5.
you changed it because we both had the under and we were like, I'm gonna go with the over so that the points get shaken up because you had the lead. So,
No, but I was saying I think we might have changed the number. What it was, like, if it was going to be 8.5.
I think we were gonna do like sixth or something.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
Oh, 8.5 getting eighth is crazy.
Dude, that's insane. I'm so pissed.
All right.
It's tied up now. Shout out you, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and we'll miss Qatar's because whatever, but uh, we'll do another one after Qatar going into what is after Qatar? I actually have no idea.
I
Spain,
don't
Spa.
remember.
There's not Spa.
Ooh,
Spain.
spot.
Jerez.
Spot. Oh god. Wait, what is it? Does like don't they call like Marquez the king of Jerez or something, or is that a different place I'm thinking about?
They probably do.
I think they call him the king of every fucking
He's the
racetrack.
he's the king of COTA, the king of the Saxon Ring.
Saxon Ring's what I'm thinking about, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
The king of Coda crashed out in Coda, so
That's true.
crazy.
That's true. That's
Crazy.
how it goes
Sucks to
sometimes.
suck.
But
All right, now we can move on to 3. All right,
Moto
sorry.
3,
That a little ramble. Moto 3 was
Jose
gas. I'm not
Jose
gonna lie.
Antonio Rueda is that dude this year so far. And shout out to
Yeah.
Joel Kelso.
Right?
Joel Kelso has been putting in some great rides. I mean, he's
I
been.
remember you mentioning his name at one point, and I was like, who
Mm-hmm.
the fuck is that guy? And I saw him, I was like, holy shit. Pat's talked about this guy.
He's
I'm
been.
actually seeing him for the first time. Like Mo's in second place.
I mean, the last few
Dog.
years, Joel Kelso has thrown out that he has the potential to potentially be good. That I said potential a lot there.
He has a
um,
potential to potentially be potentially good.
potentially. He's like sniffed. He's sniffed like higher positions and shown flashes in the pan. This year, that flash is starting to light and stay on fire. Like it's
Yeah, man, I love it.
second place in COTA, awesome. I mean, it looked pretty well in hand too. Um, Shout out to my rookie, his first race of his career. COTA started the race leading. He got beat.
Bro,
He
that
got.
was
He did.
crazy.
He ended up getting beat up a little bit. I think he dropped all the way down to sixth, maybe seventh.
He got fifth.
But he got fifth. I mean, a top five finish
Crazy.
in your first ever start. The only better debut was Pedro Acosta, who got second, and then his next race won from pit lane. But
Jesus Christ, that's crazy. I
but
didn't know that.
but I'm not gonna do what the stewards do, Glaze and Marquez with Acosta, because we just ranted about this, so I'm not gonna do it too. Max Quiles, incredible top five start.
Insane.
Hoping for more things to come. Um,
Also, shout out to your rookie from last year. Piquet is looking like a real contender this year.
it
A
was
real
it
contender.
was kind of fun to watch Piqueras and Quiles
You two boys.
kind of pedal it out. I was like, oh hey, it was my last rookie and my new rookie.
Like a happy father watching his two kids.
Watching his two boys.
I mean, also, yeah, we can't overlook Bertelli. That was a
Bertelli has been
commanding third.
putting in
Third.
really good rides. I've
He's a
been
good third.
really real happy with his rides. He's been fast. He's gotten a lot of poles. Yeah, he's got 2 poles already, something like that. Leaving COTA,
I think
2
so.
out of the 3, which is awesome. Maybe even 3 out of 3. I don't quite remember. Um,
Solid. He's just like that. That dude that's just up there.
hmm He's
And I feel like
he's
everybody just kind of like overlooks him. Like he's just like,
he's got the
he's
speed.
there.
He's got the speed. Um, Tough luck for Adrian Fernandez.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, with the his bike didn't start, and then on the grid, obviously the jitters from barely getting out there, starting from the back, and then jumping the start and then getting the long lap penalty. Still finished 12th.
Yeah, it was just like bro was getting hit with everything he could.
I mean,
Like, everything that was bad that
it's
could have happened was happening.
like he was playing on unfair mode.
Yes, poor
um,
dude.
he's Adrian Fernandez has been surprising me, this year, um, with his competitiveness because he always seemed like the rider number 2. You know, a good solid guy, but never the championship contender. And I always kind of
Mhm.
you know wanted more for him, I guess.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I remember when he first got to Leopard, his main role was to help Joame Masia win that championship. Yo, boop. All right, where were we?
Um, I forgot. I think you were glazing Fernandez.
Ah, yeah, Fernandez. um, yeah. So in short, I'm glad he's getting to shine. Tough luck for him in COTA, but life moves on.
Hey, again, though, shout out all the rookies.
Yeah,
Solid performances from honestly, I would say the our three at least. I can't remember who all are rookies, but I know our Achilles,
Quiles,
doing
Pini,
great.
Pini's starting
Carp
to put in
Carpe
work. Carpe,
Carpe's always been
another
a dog,
another very solid, very solid.
but I was happy to see Pini do something. I was hoping he could battle a little bit more with Rosado and Buchanan in ninth and
Oh,
10th.
Adrian Cruces. Um,
Oh, is he a
the
rookie?
no, he is a replacement rider for
Oh,
Noah Detweiler while he's out on injury, coming in with a very solid 8th place.
that is solid for a replacement rider.
Mm-hmm.
Good for
Mm-hmm.
you, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll, did you know how dope it'd be to see this like replacement rider just get a ride? Like, here you go. You know what? You're actually better than the dude you're replacing. Here you go.
It's like, oh, you're coming in as a, oh no, we don't have anyone, and you're better. I mean, those replacement riders, whenever they do those replacement rides, that's the time for them to, prove
Showcase.
themselves. Yeah,
Yeah, like you.
you're
This is
getting the
your
chance.
your time.
Take it. You know, um,
You'll be a dog. I mean, you quite literally have nothing to lose.
literally. You
Like,
go.
oh, you crashed out. What did they expect?
I
Like what
mean,
did they? They had no expectations from you. They just wanted you to go out there because they needed a rider. You go
yes.
up there.
I mean,
You go
yes
out
and
there and
no.
dog it. But you know what I mean. Like I
I
feel
mean,
like I'd rather my replacement rider be like crashing out in fourth than just knowing he's gonna get like 13th, 14th place. You know.
I get that. On the flip side, I would rather my replacement rider not crash at all and cost me a bunch of money.
I mean, look at it from
A business standpoint.
whatever.
I mean,
I don't have money, so this doesn't affect me.
but all right. I
It was a
think
good race. It was a good race though.
it was.
I honestly enjoyed all of them a little bit, but obviously GP was my favorite just because of what happened. But
Mm-hmm.
three, yeah, I'm really starting to like three a lot more.
I, I told you from the start, Moto 3 has good racing.
It's just because I'm actually invested in these people now. Like I
Mm-hmm.
actually know them. I actually like some of them. Like we're at first they just seemed like a bunch of children, which they are. They were just I just didn't care about them. I guess I've grown, whatever.
All
Get
right,
that notebook out. What we doing? What we doing? What we doing?
potential movers. Potential movers. So
Ooh, from 3 to 2 and from 2 to GP. What we
two
think?
two GP
What do you want to start with?
and then two Moto 2.
What do you want to start with? I feel like it's obvious for
Two GP.
3. Okay, you want to start with 2? Okay.
Um, yeah,
Like I said my big
because
3, honestly. Like, I don't know whose
yeah,
contracts are going to be up this year. Like, I don't know how many possible positions there even are going to be. Like, I
um,
feel like it's a lot of work for me to be looking up.
it's true. Um, okay,
But I
yes.
do,
So two
I
GP. The
will,
big three are Canet,
yeah, Dixon,
Gonzalez,
Gonzalez. Yeah.
and Dixon. Now, with those being the three to potential move up, who's on the outs?
Ooh, like who we think might get kicked out of GP?
Like,
Okay,
okay,
well,
let's just not worry about um any contracts, any of that. Just purely who we think's on the out. And I hate to say it, I think Jack Miller's out.
yeah. How
But
long was his? He
but
did just resign, but yeah.
yeah, but I think it was just a 1 year. But regardless, I think he's putting in a good um kind of resume on why he should stay. So that's why I'm saying it's either Jack Miller or Alex Rins.
I was about to say Renz. Yeah,
Just one of those Honda guy or not Honda, Yamaha guys. I don't think um who's on the other who's the other Yamaha? It's Miller,
Fernandez.
Miguel Oliveira. Ooh, Miguel Oliveira might be out too. Miguel's been kind of injury prone and
Yeah,
honestly, who's out?
Miguel Oliveira. Honestly, I could mean Raul Fernandez. Wasn't he like suspected to be getting dropped last year,
Ooh,
and then he stayed.
yeah,
So
Raul.
I mean, obviously we know Songkat's probably not gonna make it after his contract's done, but he still got another year.
I was about to say I mean until another Asian rider.
Are they really just gonna keep him? Because that's kind of crazy.
That's pretty much how.
I mean, couldn't they just like snag Iagura from Trackhouse?
Do you really think Iagura is gonna switch?
No, dude,
Riddle me
that's not.
this. Riddle me this. Do you think Iagura is going to switch?
If he's smart, he wouldn't. I
Yeah,
mean, like
I would
on
like to
the.
think I's a smart guy.
Hey man, I'm just throwing ideas out. All right, I don't know what you want from me. Dude, there's no one in two that could really take first place except for like I don't even know.
Yeah, he's got that
Like,
spot for a hot minute. Ooh,
yeah,
mm,
I don't know.
I have a very
I
bold
think
prediction on who I think.
I think Raul's gone. To be
I
honest.
have a very unfortunate prediction on who I think is gone, but it's a Qatar spoiler, so we'll save that for next episode.
Oh God, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know. You have to tell me
Um,
after this.
um, honestly, I maybe Mir, but Mir's got a world championship under his belt. He'll stay on the grid until he retires, until he's ready to walk
I was
away.
we'll see that I was thinking about that with Mir and with Vinales. Like Maverick Vinales and Mir, like they're both not the best. But like I don't know if
But
they're
Maverick,
actually going. I don't think they'd get rid of them.
yeah, Maverick has shown he can win every once in a while. Maverick was also the last non Ducati rider to win a race. So
That's kind of crazy.
yeah, um, Augusto's
I
already
feel like
out.
I think those are probably our biggest ones.
Just
What we
yeah.
said,
I mean, there's
Rins,
three guys in the
Fernandez.
Yamaha um, tent that are kind of on the way out, and then Raul Fernandez.
Yeah, I do. I honestly think Raul's probably gone, like for sure, if his contract's up.
I
I
think
just don't
yeah.
really, I don't really see them keeping him.
I think as soon as Raul's out, the best rider for Moto 2 will go to that Trackhouse team.
And
So
honestly, I think it'd be smart for Trackhouse since they are new to kind of have it with young guys. I
mhm,
think that'd be a cool thing. Like they could definitely build with I. If I keeps performing, like obviously if I doesn't want to stay with him, obviously, but like
right.
I
Yeah,
would give I everything I had if I was Trackhouse. I would make sure that I was super happy. Like,
100%. I'd be like,
I would
do you want a coffee?
treat him.
Tea?
Yeah, yeah. Like what you need, like
Beer?
foot
Anything you need.
massage. Like what's up?
Like, you wanna you wanna drive
If
my
they,
car? Like,
you just gotta treat him like your baby. Like that's your prize
that
child right
is your
now.
bread and butter.
And if they can get another good rookie next year, I think I can work, well with another new guy. I think they could, do something. I don't know who they would like want to poach. And that's like for their like brand. I don't really know.
Mm.
I honestly, I would go for Aaron just because that boy's sexy as hell. You can promote him all you want.
I think if Trackhouse does go for anyone, I think they might go Manny Gonzalez.
I could see that. I was
Just
thinking that,
because,
but I just
just because that's like in my mind that makes sense for the only reason of because I have no backing to
no,
that at
no,
all.
no. I 100% agree. I can't back it up either. But when I
It
said Aaron, I
sounds
was
right.
like, it just doesn't seem. Aaron just doesn't sound right.
No,
When I said it, I just wanted to say it.
Aaron seems like a Ducati guy.
He does, doesn't he?
He does. He does. But all
He
right,
seems like a Ducati or a KTM, but God, KTM's so
KTM
ass.
KTM actually I think might get bought out by BMW.
Oh, I forgot about that. You called that too, like an episode or two.
Yeah. Or
That might have been the beginning of the season, actually.
yeah. But I've been saying BMW needs to get into MotoGP for a hot minute. They got the money for it.
Might as well. They're already
KTM.
in that.
I mean, KTM doesn't have the money for it, and they're doing it. So like, why not BMW?
Go
um,
for it.
now to Moto 2. Obviously,
Ooh, yes, yes.
I think Piqueras
Rueda. I think Rueda
and
is the
yeah,
obvious one.
yeah, Rueda. Rueda's the big one.
Piqueras, yeah, I could see that.
I
Only
could
second year, but I mean, dude's a dog.
also,
Like,
depending on how many slots are open, if Joel Kelso keeps up how he's doing, I could see Joel moving up.
yeah, I mean, I don't honestly. I'm trying to think of like who's really been like showing out in three, and I mean,
Munoz.
Piqueras and Rueda are like
I think
the
Devin
big.
Munoz could move up as well. I think he needs to kind of lock in.
I feel like that's a long shot though.
I mean, Munoz is aggressive and
I feel like
he's been
I
having
feel like
mistakes, but I definitely think he has the talent for it.
yeah. I mean, I feel like if anything, we should maybe be looking at Adrian Fernandez if he starts doing good again.
Ooh. Yeah.
I feel like he's probably that third guy. I do agree Kelso could be up there too if he keeps up. I think though, those two guys probably interchangeable. And I think Fernandez is a dog.
Right.
So
I like it.
I think it's good. Because like honestly, there's a whole lot of guys
I
in
was about to
three
say
that have potential, but
and
not a lot of them are ready.
it also just depends on how much the Moto 2 grid clears up. If like all three of Canet, Gonzalez, and Dixon do move up, that's three at the
Mhm.
top. The bottom the bottom teams are constantly switching guys in and out. Like Zonta, Ventagorber could be out, uh, Yuki Kuni could be out, Yumi Sasaki could be out, Jorge Navarro could be out, Alex Screech could be out, Center Aegis could be out, Philip
Yeah.
Salach could be flip flopping around. You know,
No, I agree. They could just drop people. They could
Right.
just be like, hey,
And
we don't
a
want you
lot
anymore.
of Moto 2 guys, after so long, maybe even Vietti switches over to World Superbike. Like
Yeah, yeah.
there, that's that's why I'm not going to say who's out on Moto 2 because it's not going to happen. But there is a very slim, rare possibility that everyone leaves, and it's just a
That is
whole
true.
new grid.
That is true. I also wouldn't take Bertelli off your radar either. Like he's another guy.
Ooh, how did
He's
I
another
forget
guy.
about Matteo?
And Matteo Bertelli, man, he's a dog too. Those are probably like the top five. Though. I don't really see anyone outside of them,
Mm.
even like potentially moving up. My dude Tyler Sato, he's can be good, but he's so inconsistent.
He's
Like
got. I could see him moving up simply because of Honda Team Asia and because they only
yeah,
have Mario Agi and Yuki Kuni, who haven't really been doing much, um, and because he does have good race pace
he does. He needs to work a lot on his consistency. Like
and
he
qualifying.
yes, his qualifying is atrocious.
Hmm.
But he's also a tiny dude, so it'd be interesting to see him on a big bike.
Hmm. This is true. This is true.
Maybe he would be super fast because there's like no weight on the bike. Who knows?
I'm gonna.
Just the bike racing itself at that point.
It's just a bike going down the track. I mean,
It,
just.
you see a little 5-year-old on top of that bike hitting them corners like pro.
Anyways, that's about all I got.
Yeah, no, I think we're good. I like that though, that we got to do that instead of predictions. That was
Hmm.
fun.
Yeah. Next episode, we'll talk about Qatar. We'll get kind of back on regular schedule. Um,
Hopefully, that's if Qatar takes 2 more weeks to come out. Well, we'll see.
uh, well, no, it can't because hang on, when
Okay, is there a race this weekend?
is there? Hang on, let me.
Oh God. Oh no.
No, 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 not this weekend, but next.
Okay.
So we got a little. Regardless, we'll see you guys in the Qatar episode, and see ya.
Peace.